Hi everyone. So there is a interesting interview experiences coming for TCS Ninja from 12th June. So one of our subscribers shared this interview experience in our comment section. I just copy pasted the whole interview experience. So it is a very interview experience I would say because in this the fifth question is very interesting. I will talk about it. So let's go ahead with the interview experience. It is for 12th of June. So first question they ask is introduction, normal. Your hobbies. Okay, so these kind of questions into interviewer is asking nowadays, like what is your hobby, then cross questioning on that. So actually the candidate said his hobby is to watching movies. Okay, which last movie you watched? This they asked. Your five favorite movies. So this kind of questions they were asking. Okay, so okay, this is fine. But now this is something very interesting question which they asked. Suppose you have data of users that contains movies watched by users. Okay, you need to suggest movies to user like Netflix. What can you do for this? Like movie recommendation system, as I mentioned ML in my resume. Okay, so this question is pretty interesting. I just want to discuss about this. Okay, so basically what they ask is, so suppose you have user data. Okay, user data like which genre movies they are seeing. Okay, genres is given, user rating is given for the movies. Okay, watch time is given of the users. Okay, so based on these kind of factors you have different like factors like this. Okay, suppose you have around 20 columns like this in which user data is there. Okay, based on the analysis you need to actually recommend the movies. Okay, how will you do that? So this kind of question which they asked. Okay, so as we know, first what we create a feature matrix. Okay, so feature matrix is basically where we collect the data points and we represent the data points in the form of 0 and 1. Okay, so suppose a user watched horror genre. Okay, horror genre, so then we will say 1 for horror. But if suppose he's not watching in horror, then we will do it 0, so that the movies recommendation system will keep a low weightage for horror metrics. Okay, so this kind of metrics first we will create based on the features. Okay, after creating the feature metrics which will contain the numeric 0 1 and the obviously the we will do the feature scaling as well, whatever the values will be there. So first we create a matrix, then after creating the matrix we will see all the important columns. What are the important columns to basically get in the matrix to recommend the movies. After creating that we will run some algorithm, we will do the analysis. Based on the analysis only we will see, we will assign, assign a score, and based on that score we will be categorizing the movies as well, right? And based on the movies we will be recommending the suggested movies. So this kind of system we can create. Okay, so this is a long thing, but I already created one video of movie recommendation system in on this channel only around 4 years before I have posted the video. Long discussion about how can we create the movie recommendation system and how can we recommend the movies based on the data. So you can, if you want, you can just search movie recommendation system KN Academy, you will get a detailed video in that. I also implemented the coding in that. Okay, so you can just take a look in that. Okay, so this is the interesting question which they ask. However, if you are wondering how can you prepare for the different subjects, so you will get the interview notes link in the description, in which you will be getting the ebook which contains the important questions for the interview. Generic notes are these notes are generic notes for the interview preparation. The ebook you will be getting for all the important concepts. Then oops notes we have, programming notes, STL collection framework, HR questions we have, DSA theory, project based questions, CS fundamentals, SQL queries, computer science fundamentals, coding sheet, pseudocode output, candidate interview experience sheet, a lot of things we have. Okay, so you can purchase the interview notes, you can use for any interview. The link will be in the description. Now coming to the next question, discussion about the above question for 5 minutes. Java features. Okay, they asked about the Java features. Exceptional handling they asked. Okay, what is JDBC they asked. Then your view on AI. So I don't know why, but from last 4 to 5 question interview experience, I saw one common thing that they are asking the views on AI to each and every candidate. So make sure to read about the technologies, okay, recent technologies and advantages and disadvantages. Okay, will AI take jobs in future? This question they asked, and thanks. Okay, so this was the whole interview, in which, if you can see here, there are some questions from Java, then views on AI, hobbies, and other question. One question based on project, you can say, because machine learning project he mentioned in the resume. And then in the HR, very normal questions related to coursework, TCS policies, and relocation. So HR was very, very normal questions. So nothing much in HR. So this was a 20 minutes interview. Okay, 20 minutes interview conducted on 12th of June. A very recent interview experience, you can say, was posted by the candidate. Thank you so much for sharing this, and thank you so much for watching this video. Also, you can purchase the notes. The notes link will be in the description, which you can purchase for the interview preparation. Thank you so much for watching.